Speaking English felt like climbing a mountain to Lily. But with each small step, she discovered a world where words flowed like a gentle river, and conversations became doors to new adventures. Welcome to the Fluent Storybook, where we unlock the magic of English through stories. If you're ready to make English a natural part of your life, join us as we explore how simple practices can make speaking English easy and fun. Lily always admired people who spoke English fluently. She watched movies where actors spoke confidently, and she listened to songs where the lyrics flowed smoothly. But whenever she tried to speak English herself, she hesitated. Words didn't come out easily, and she felt embarrassed about her mistakes. She told herself, maybe I'm just not good at languages. But deep down, she didn't want to give up. She knew that if she wanted to be fluent, she had to change something. She had to make English a natural part of her life. And so, one day, she made a decision. She would surround herself with English, right in her own home. Lily's first step was simple. She needed to bring more English into her daily routine. The easiest way to start? Changing the settings on her phone and laptop. She switched her phone's language from her native language to English. At first, it felt strange. Words like settings, notifications, and reminders were unfamiliar. But instead of switching back, she took it as a challenge. Whenever she didn't understand something, she searched for the meaning. Slowly, she became comfortable. Checking her phone no longer felt like a language lesson. It felt natural. Then, she did the same with her laptop. Her social media, her emails, her favorite apps, everything was now in English. Even when she texted friends, she tried using simple English words. If she needed to ask, "How are you?" or "What are you doing?" she wrote it in English instead of her native language. After this small change, Lily noticed something interesting. Every day, she was seeing English words without even trying. She wasn't sitting with a textbook or memorizing vocabulary. She was just living her normal life, but in English. The next thing Lily did was add English labels to objects around her house. She took small sticky notes and wrote the names of things. Mirror, door, window, table, chair, lamp, refrigerator. She stuck these notes on the objects so that every time she used them, she would see their English names. When she reached for the refrigerator, she read the word out loud, refrigerator. When she sat down on the chair, she whispered, chair. At first, it felt silly, but after a few days, something amazing happened. She no longer had to think about the words. They just came naturally. The word mirror used to feel difficult, but now, whenever she looked at it, her brain automatically said, mirror. To make it more fun, she also wrote short sentences on some sticky notes. On the door, she wrote, I am opening the door. On the window, she wrote, the window is closed. She read these sentences whenever she passed by, and soon, she started speaking them out loud. This small practice helped Lily learn English without feeling like she was studying. Lily knew that listening was just as important as speaking, but she didn't want to sit down and listen to long English lectures. Instead, she found a fun way to surround herself with English sounds. She made a playlist of simple English songs, songs with clear pronunciation and slow lyrics. Some were children's songs, and others were pop songs with easy words. She played them while cooking, cleaning, or just relaxing. At first, she didn't understand every word, but that didn't bother her. She just enjoyed the music and hummed along. Slowly, certain words became familiar. She found herself singing along to the chorus. Without even realizing it, she was improving her English pronunciation. Besides music, she also started listening to simple English podcasts and audiobooks. She chose stories for children because they used easy words and slow speech. She played them while lying in bed or walking outside. Even if she didn't catch every word, her brain was getting used to the rhythm of English. One day, while washing dishes, she heard a phrase in an audiobook. It's a beautiful day. She repeated it to herself. It's a beautiful day. Later, when she stepped outside and saw the sun shining, the phrase automatically came to her mind. She smiled. English was no longer just a language she was trying to learn. It was becoming part of her thoughts. Lily decided that instead of using her phone in her native language every morning, she would watch a short English video instead. She didn't force herself to understand every word. She just let her ears adjust to the sound of English. She found that watching motivational speeches in English was a great way to start her day. Even if she didn't catch everything, the energy in the speaker's voice made her feel inspired. At night, she made another small change. Instead of scrolling through social media before sleeping, she read one short English paragraph from a book or an article. She didn't pressure herself to understand every word. She just enjoyed the process. Over time, her brain got used to English before sleep, and the next morning, English felt even easier. One of the biggest challenges Lily faced was speaking. She was afraid of making mistakes in front of others. But then, she discovered a simple trick. She could practice by talking to herself. Whenever she was alone, she described what she was doing in English. If she was making tea, she said, "I am boiling water. I am adding sugar. The tea smells good." She also made small conversations with herself in the mirror. "Hello, Lily. How are you today?" "I'm good. Today, I will practice English." It felt funny at first, but over time, she became more comfortable. One day, she realized something surprising. She was no longer translating from her native language in her head. She was thinking directly in English. After a few weeks of surrounding herself with English, something amazing happened. She went to a coffee shop, and the barista asked, "What would you like?" Without hesitation, she replied, "I'll have a cappuccino, please." For the first time, she didn't feel nervous. She didn't overthink. The words just came out naturally. She walked out of the cafe with a big smile on her face. It was a small moment, but it meant everything. English was no longer just something she was learning. It was something she was living. Lily's journey shows that fluency doesn't come from memorizing rules. It comes from surrounding yourself with the language every day. She didn't sit with a textbook for hours. She didn't force herself to be perfect. She just made small changes in her environment. And these small changes made a big difference. By surrounding yourself with English at home, you make learning effortless. You don't have to study, you just have to live in English. So, if you want to improve your English, start today. Change your phone settings. Label your household items. Listen to English songs. Watch short videos. Talk to yourself. The more you surround yourself with English, the faster it will become a natural part of your life. And one day, just like Lily, you'll find yourself speaking English without fear. Because fluency is not about being perfect. It's about taking the first step. Lily had made incredible progress. Just weeks ago, she had felt lost when trying to speak English. But by surrounding herself with English at home, everything had started to change. She no longer hesitated to read English words on her phone. When she looked around her house, she automatically thought of the names of objects in English. Every day, she heard English in songs, videos, and podcasts. She had even started thinking in English without realizing it. But there was still one big problem. She was afraid to speak. Whenever she had to talk in English, she felt nervous. Even though she knew the words, they wouldn't come out easily. Her heart raced, and her voice became shaky. She worried about making mistakes. What if people laugh at me, she thought. She didn't want to feel this way forever. She wanted to be able to speak naturally, without fear. One evening, as she sat on her bed scrolling through her phone, she came across a video of a girl speaking English confidently. The girl was talking about her experience learning English, and Lily was surprised by what she heard. The girl said, "I used to be scared to speak. But do you know what helped me the most? Talking to myself in English." Lily frowned. Talking to herself? That sounds weird. But the more she thought about it, the more it made sense. If she practiced alone, there would be no pressure. No one would judge her. No one would laugh. She could make mistakes, correct herself, and improve all on her own. She decided to try it. The next morning, she woke up, stretched her arms, and instead of checking her phone, she whispered, "Good morning, Lily." It felt a little strange, but she smiled. Okay, she thought, let's do this. Lily wasn't sure what to say at first. She had never spoken English to herself before, so she started with something simple, describing what she was doing. She got out of bed and said out loud, "I am waking up." She walked to the bathroom and said, "I am brushing my teeth." She looked at herself in the mirror and whispered, "My hair is messy." At first, she only used short sentences, but the more she did it, the more natural it felt. She started adding details. Instead of just saying, "I am drinking coffee," she said, "I am drinking a cup of hot coffee. It smells really good." She wasn't just saying words. She was thinking in English while doing everyday things. Soon talking to herself became a habit. She described everything she did. "I am putting on my shoes. I am walking outside. The sun is shining. I am crossing the street. There is a red car." She spoke quietly when she was in public, but at home, she spoke out loud. After a few days, something surprising happened. She realized that English words were coming to her faster. She wasn't stopping to think in her native language. She was speaking naturally. It felt amazing. One day, Lily decided to take it a step further. She stood in front of the mirror, looked at her reflection, and said, "Hello, Lily. How are you today?" She felt a little silly at first, but then she answered herself, "I'm good. Today is a great day." She laughed. It felt like she was talking to a friend. She started asking herself questions and answering them. What will I do today? I will go to the grocery store and buy some vegetables. What do I need to buy? I need to buy tomatoes, carrots, and onions. She tried to keep eye contact with herself, just like she would in a real conversation. At first, she made a lot of mistakes. Sometimes she couldn't think of the right word, but she didn't stop. If she didn't know a word, she looked it up and tried again. Slowly, her confidence grew. Talking to herself in the mirror helped her get used to speaking in English. It made her more comfortable with hearing her own voice in English. And most importantly, it helped her feel less afraid. Lily knew that one day she would have to speak English with other people. She didn't want to freeze or feel embarrassed. So, she started practicing conversations with herself. She imagined real situations, like ordering food at a restaurant. She pretended to be both the customer and the waiter. "Customer, hello. I would like a cheeseburger, please." "Waiter, sure. Would you like fries with that?" "Customer, yes, please. And a soda." She repeated the conversation several times, trying to make it sound natural. She also practiced introductions. "Lily, hi, my name is Lily. What's your name?" "Imaginary friend, hi. I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you." "Lily, nice to meet you too. Where are you from?" The more she practiced, the easier it became. She stopped hesitating. She started speaking smoothly. She even recorded herself and listened back. At first, she didn't like how she sounded, but over time, she noticed improvements. Her pronunciation was clearer. Her sentences were smoother. She sounded more confident, and she felt proud of herself. One day, Lily was at a cafe. She was waiting in line when she saw a tourist struggling to order. The woman looked confused, checking the menu and hesitating. Lily took a deep breath and walked over. "Do you need help?" she asked. The tourist smiled. "Yes. I don't know what to order." Lily pointed to the menu. "This coffee is really good, and the sandwiches are fresh." The woman nodded. "Oh, thank you." Lily felt her heart race. She had just spoken English to a stranger, and she hadn't felt scared. It was a small conversation, but to her, it was a huge victory. All those weeks of talking to herself had worked. She had built confidence without even realizing it. She smiled to herself as she walked home. She was no longer just learning English, she was speaking it. And for the first time, she truly believed she could become fluent. Lily's journey shows that fluency isn't about knowing big words or perfect grammar. It's about confidence. And the best way to build confidence? Talking to yourself. It's free. It's easy. And it works. You don't need a language partner. You don't need a classroom. You just need to start speaking. Describe your actions. Talk in front of the mirror. Practice real conversations. The more you talk to yourself, the easier speaking English will become. And one day, just like Lily, you'll realize you're not afraid anymore. Because the best way to learn English is to speak it. Lily had made incredible progress in her English journey. At first, she had surrounded herself with English at home. Then, she had started talking to herself, which helped her build confidence. She no longer felt shy about speaking English alone, and she was getting better every day. But there was still one thing missing. She wasn't used to talking to real people. Yes, she could practice in front of the mirror. Yes, she could describe her actions out loud. But a real conversation? That was different. What if someone spoke too fast? What if she didn't understand? She knew she had to take the next step. And that's when she thought of Olivia. Olivia was one of Lily's classmates. She was friendly, confident, and most importantly, fluent in English. Lily had always admired her. Olivia spoke so naturally, laughing and chatting with people easily. She never seemed nervous, even when speaking to teachers or strangers. Lily wished she could be like that. One afternoon, after class, Lily took a deep breath and walked up to Olivia. "Hey, Olivia, can I ask you something?" Olivia smiled. "Of course. What's up?" Lily hesitated. She felt a little embarrassed, but she reminded herself this was her chance. "I'm trying to improve my English," she said. "I've been practicing alone, but I think I need to practice with someone. Do you think we could practice together?" Olivia's eyes lit up. "That's a great idea. I'd love to help." Lily felt a wave of relief. "Really?" "Of course. And don't worry, I won't correct you too much. I know that can be scary," Olivia laughed. Lily smiled. She couldn't believe it. She had found someone to practice with. They agreed to meet the next day after school. And Lily had no idea how much fun it was going to be. Breaking the fear of speaking with someone. The next day, Lily and Olivia sat outside on a park bench. Lily was nervous. Her hands felt sweaty, and her heart was beating fast. "Okay," Olivia said. "Let's just talk. Nothing difficult, just a normal conversation. I promise, it's not scary." Lily nodded, but she still felt unsure. Olivia smiled. "I'll start. So, what did you do today?" Lily hesitated. She knew the words, but her mind felt frozen. After a few seconds, she forced herself to speak. I woke up early, and I eat breakfast." Olivia nodded. "Almost. You should say, I ate breakfast. But that was great. Keep going." Lily took a deep breath. "Okay, I ate breakfast, then I go to school. I went to school." Olivia clapped. "Yes. See? You're already improving." Lily laughed. She was still nervous, but it wasn't as scary as she had thought. Olivia was patient and kind. They kept talking, and Lily made a few mistakes. But every time she did, Olivia helped her without making her feel bad. By the end of the hour, Lily felt different. She wasn't just practicing English. She was having a real conversation, and it felt amazing. After a few days of practicing, Olivia had an idea. "Lily, let's make this more fun." "What do you mean?" Lily asked. Olivia grinned. "Let's turn English into a game." Lily raised an eyebrow. "A game?" "Yes. If learning is fun, you won't feel nervous anymore. Let's play some speaking games." Lily was curious. "Okay, what kind of games?" Olivia clapped her hands. "Let's start with this. I'll describe something, and you have to guess what it is." "Okay." Lily smiled. Olivia thought for a moment. Then she said, "It's a big animal. It has a long trunk. It loves water." Lily's eyes lit up. "Elephants." "Yes." "Your turn," Olivia said. Lily thought for a moment. Then she said, "It's a small animal. It can fly. It drinks nectar from flowers." "A butterfly?" Olivia guessed. "No." Lily laughed. "It's a hummingbird." Olivia clapped. That was a great description. They played the game for 20 minutes, laughing and learning new words. And for the first time, Lily forgot about being scared. She was just having fun. Olivia had another idea. "Lily, let's pretend we're in a real situation. I'll be a cashier, and you'll be a customer." Lily hesitated. "Okay, what am I buying?" "I'm a sandwich," Olivia said. Lily took a deep breath. "Okay. Hello, I would like a sandwich, please." "Sure," Olivia said in a serious voice. "Would you like a drink with that?" Lily smiled. "Yes, I would like a soda, please." Olivia nodded. "That will be $5. Lily pretended to hand her money. "Here you go." Olivia laughed. "Perfect. You just ordered food in English." Lily's eyes widened. She had done it. She realized that speaking English didn't have to be scary. If she treated it like a game, it became easy. After that, she and Olivia started practicing different situations, buying groceries, asking for directions, even introducing themselves at a party. Each time they practiced, Lily felt more confident. And one day, something amazing happened. A few weeks later, Lily and Olivia went to a cafe. As they waited in line, Lily overheard a group of tourists struggling to order. They looked confused, whispering to each other and pointing at the menu. Lily took a deep breath. She remembered how scared she used to be. But now, she wasn't scared anymore. She walked up to them and said, "Do you need help?" The tourists looked relieved. "Yes, we don't understand this menu." Lily smiled. "Oh, I can help. This coffee is really good. And if you're hungry, the sandwiches are fresh." The tourists thanked her and placed their order. And that's when it hit her. She had just spoken English, naturally. No fear, no hesitation. She looked at Olivia, eyes wide. "Olivia, I just helped someone in English." Olivia grinned. "I told you, Lily. You're amazing." Lily felt a wave of happiness. She had started this journey feeling afraid. But now, she was speaking English with confidence. And it was all because she had found a friend who made learning fun. Lily's journey proves that learning English isn't just about studying. It's about practicing. And the best way to practice? With a friend. Find someone who encourages you. Someone who makes learning fun. Play games. Act out real situations. Turn speaking English into something you enjoy. Because when English is fun, you stop being scared. And when you stop being scared, that's when you become fluent. Lily had come a long way in her English journey. She had surrounded herself with English at home. She had started talking to herself, which helped her feel more confident. Then, she had found a friend, Olivia, who turned practicing English into a fun experience. Now, she could have conversations without feeling too nervous. But there was still one challenge left. She needed to use English every day, not just during study time or practice sessions. She needed to make English a part of her daily life. And she was about to discover the best way to do that. One afternoon, Lily and Olivia were sitting in a cafe, sipping their favorite iced coffee. "Lily, you've improved so much," Olivia said, smiling. Lily grinned. "I know. I feel more confident when I talk now." "But—" She paused. "But what?" Olivia asked. Lily sighed. "I still feel like I'm only practicing English. It doesn't feel natural yet." Olivia tilted her head. "What do you mean?" Lily thought for a moment. "I mean, I practice English at certain times. When I talk to you, when I watch TV, when I read. But the rest of the time, I still think in my first language." Olivia nodded. "Ah, I see. You want English to feel like a natural part of your life. not just something you study. Lily nodded. Olivia smiled. Well, there's a simple way to do that. Lily leaned in. Tell me. Olivia tapped her chin. Let's start with something easy. What do you do every day? Lily thought for a moment. Well, I clean my room. I help my mom cook. I take the bus to school, things like that. Perfect, Olivia said. You can use English for all of those things. Lily blinked. How? Olivia grinned. Talk to yourself while you do them. Lily laughed. Again? I already did that step. Yes, but now, instead of just describing what you're doing, try giving yourself instructions in English. Lily raised an eyebrow. Instructions? Olivia nodded. Like this, when you clean your room, say, first I will pick up my clothes. Next I will make my bed. Now I will sweep the floor. Lily's eyes widened. Oh, so I'm like a teacher, telling myself what to do. Exactly, Olivia said. And if you don't know a word, you can look it up. That way, you're learning while doing something you already have to do. Lily grinned. That actually sounds fun. The next day, when she was cleaning her room, she tried it. Okay, Lily, she said to herself. First, I will pick up my books and put them on the shelf. Now, I will throw away this old paper. Next, I will wipe my desk. As she spoke, she noticed something. She wasn't translating in her head anymore. She was thinking directly in English. And that was a big step forward. A week later, Lily and her mom went grocery shopping. As they walked through the aisles, Lily had an idea. Mom, do you mind if I say the grocery list in English? Her mom smiled. Of course not. Lily pulled out the list. Okay, we need eggs, milk, bread, apples, and rice. Her mom pointed to the vegetables. And what about these? Lily thought for a second. Carrots, onions, and, potatoes. Her mom clapped. Very good. Lily felt proud. She realized she could turn any daily task into an English lesson. At the checkout line, she listened to the cashier. Did you find everything okay? That will be $15.60. Lily repeated the phrases in her head. And then, without thinking, she answered the cashier in English. Yes, we found everything. Thank you. It felt so natural. She wasn't just practicing English anymore. She was living it. One evening, as Lily lay in bed, she remembered something Olivia had said. If you want to be fluent, start thinking in English. Lily had always thought in her first language. But now, she wanted to try something new. She closed her eyes and began talking to herself. Inside her head. Tomorrow is Saturday. I will wake up early. Maybe I will go to the park. What should I wear? Maybe jeans and a sweater. Oh, I also need to call Olivia. We should study together. She was thinking in English. Without even trying, it felt like magic. Lily knew she had to keep using English every day. But she didn't want it to feel like homework. She wanted it to be fun. So, she found creative ways to practice. She changed her phone language to English. Every time she checked the weather or sent a message, she was using English. She wrote her to-do lists in English. Even simple things like buy milk or finish homework helped her think in English. She played word games in English. Crossword puzzles, guessing games, and even silly tongue twisters. She started writing a diary in English. Each night, she wrote about her day in simple sentences. English wasn't just something she studied. It was a natural part of her life. And that changed everything. One day, Lily and Olivia were walking to school. Lily was telling Olivia about her weekend. She talked about going to the park, about the book she was reading, about the funny thing her little brother had done. She talked and talked until Olivia stopped her. Lily blinked. What? Olivia grinned. Do you realize what just happened? Lily frowned. What do you mean? Olivia's eyes sparkled. You just spoke for 10 minutes straight in English, without thinking. Lily gasped. She hadn't even noticed. She had spoken naturally, without translating, without pausing. She had finally done it. She was fluent. Lily's journey taught her something important. Fluency doesn't come from just studying. It comes from using English every day. Not just in class, not just with a tutor, but in real life. Talk to yourself while doing chores. Use English when running errands. Think in English before going to bed. Make learning fun with games, apps, and daily tasks. Because the more you use English, the more natural it becomes. And one day, just like Lily, you'll wake up and realize you're not just learning English, you're living it.